Dragonball drip 24/7.
What's up, guys? Back with another video. Today I want to talk about all of the shit that's been going on in Sparking Zero, guys. And I'm going to start off with rage quitting. Anybody playing Sparking Zero knows this is the #1 talked about thing going on right now. People are rage quitting left and right. They're salty. They don't know how to take an L. And they're rage quitting. They're pulling the plug, okay? They're scared to lose. Anything else under the sun you can think of, that's what they're doing. They're pulling out warm butter on you.
Oh, what the hell?
They've been fondled with.
They're drinking extremely large amounts of sake. Their glasses are filled to the fucking brim, and people are tired of it, okay? Bandai Namco definitely needs to take this into consideration and do something about it in a future patch and update. Do I think it's going to happen? Yes, eventually it will, because the community has spoken. You can see it everywhere you go. They're not blind. They're watching. They're seeing all the comments. That needs to stop, period. They need to give some sort of major penalty. I'm not talking about rage quit 87 times before you're fucking banned, okay? I'm talking about rage quitting more than 2 or 3 times within a short period of time, and then your ass is getting pulled. That's what I'm talking about. I hope they listen to this. I hope they do something worthy of what everybody needs to be done, because it's getting ridiculous. Okay, let's move on and let's talk about Unblockable Ultimates. I think this one is controversial a little bit, but I do understand what people are saying and where they're coming from, because Unblockable Ultimates are a pain in the ass, man. I think every ultimate in the game should be blockable at some capacity. That's just me being honest. That's what I hear people talking about. You get into these battles, you get into these fights, and somebody pulls off one of these and it's over, and they could have easily won the match other than that, because most ultimates are going to take anywhere between 2 and 4 bars depending on who the character is. And if you got something that's unblockable, man, it's lights out, okay? No way to defend it, no way to get out of the way. I think that's one that definitely needs to be taken into consideration. Now let's go on to the next one, and this is DP battle stuff, and we're talking about running out the time, okay? The rules are simple. If you have 2 versus 3, basically whoever has the most teammates are going to win. If you're somehow tied up and both teams have 2 players on each side, then they're going to go to the health bars and they're going to find out who has more health. What a lot of people try to do is pick a certain person, like Yajirobe, pop the sensu bean, run around, hide, duck, dodge, stay away, and let the timer run out so they can get the win.
I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Fuck this shit.
Nobody likes this. This needs to be changed. The only way you can fix that is if you change the DP time. Okay, we need something different so that nobody can hide and run. Okay, maybe if we have unlimited time, I don't know, but something needs to be changed with that so that people can't cheese that. And let's get into Vanishing Wars. This is the next one. Vanishing Wars is something that a lot of people get bored of. I don't mind it necessarily, but when you're sitting there constantly vanishing over and over, it gets tedious, man. It gets tedious, and you're just sitting there for an extended period of time waiting for somebody who has the less amount of key to fuck up, and you know, it is what it is. But I hear people talking about one, so I had to put this one on the map and bring it to your attention in case you didn't know. Me personally, it is what it is. It's part of the game, but I've heard people say, hey, maybe they should implement something like another system, maybe a grab system or something like that after a certain amount of vanishes. Who knows? It could be possible. This game is really early on. It's only been out a month. We've got a lot of time to go. There's going to be plenty of updates in the future, guys. If you look at Xenoverse 2, it's been on 8 years now, and they're still giving DLC and they're still dropping updates. So just take that into consideration. Think about that. And we have a long way to go with this game. Moving forward, the next thing I want to talk about are meta characters, okay? Meta characters, to name a few, you got Full Power Jiren, you got UI Goku, and Vegito. Some of these characters here is what a lot of people have been talking about. Now, this is a strange one for me because a lot of people are online complaining about the meta characters. Everybody's picking these characters. That's all you're going to see every time you go online, okay? Especially when you get into the upper echelon in the ranks. When you get on past B1, you know, you get into the A's, you're going to see a lot of these characters, okay, over and over again. They're complaining that nobody's picking any other characters. They're saying that, yo, this game has 180 plus characters and nobody is playing with anybody else and it's boring. Now, to fire back on that, that's kind of something you just have to accept, in my humble opinion, because there's no way that you can make somebody who paid their money for a game like this to pick who you want them to pick. I mean, it's just not going to happen. There's certain things when it comes to this game that I have accepted and I'm just not going to worry about because it's something I cannot change, okay? That's just what it is. I can't stop every serial killer out here from killing people for no fucking reason. If I could, I would, but that's just something I have to accept. So I move on with it, okay? Now, the same thing kind of applies to this game. You're not going to play Johnny or Tony or Willis, and you're not going to make them pick who you want them to pick. Same thing goes for spamming, okay? Which people are talking about and people are really upset about, okay? You cannot make somebody stop spamming. It's not going to happen. So you might as well just get used to it, figure out a way to stop it, and move on. Go to training, pick that said character and fight against them and, have them spam you and try to get around it. That's the only thing I could think of, guys. There's nothing else that can be done. There's no way we're going to make that change. It's just not going to happen. So I hear people talking about that, and it's just, you can talk about it all you want, man, but it's not going to change. That is not something you can change. You can't tell Bandai Namco to implement a system where you can only do 3 supers per match or 2 ultimates per match. If you do more than that, then you'll take a L or you'll get kicked off. But I'm sure there's some people listening to this that if they could make that happen, they probably fucking would. And that's kind of sad too. You got to take the good with the bad. Anytime you're dealing with online anything, man, you're going to have to deal with a lot of this shit. You're going to have to deal with the cheese. You're going to have to deal with the spamming and even the quitters, man, until we get that fixed. There are some things that you can control, and I'm talking to you, Bandai Namco. You can control the fucking rage quitting. So that's the only thing that I personally would like to be changed, and maybe the unblockable ultimates too. If you can change those 2 things, I'm happy, man. I mean, because those are things that can actually be changed and make sense, and you're not making somebody play the way you want them to play. Okay, that's just like telling somebody, hey, hit me in the chin with your left hand, and if they use their right, then you get salty. It's just not going to happen. If you have anything you would like to add, please leave it down in the comments below. I would love to hear your perspective. What do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? How do you feel? What side of the spectrum are you on? Or do you even fucking care? Let your boy know. There'll be more content coming. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next video.